right. Today's gospel story is from Mark chapter 9, verses 2 to 9 and portions of 14 to 27. 6 days later, Jesus took with him Peter and James and John and led them up a high mountain apart by themselves. And he was transfigured before them, and his clothes became dazzling white, such as no one on earth could bleach them. And there appeared to them Elijah with Moses, who were talking with Jesus. Then Peter said to Jesus, "Rabbi, it is good for us to be here. Let us make 3 dwellings, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He did not know what to say, for they were terrified. Then a cloud overshadowed them, and from the cloud there came a voice. "This is my son, the beloved. Listen to him." Suddenly, when they looked around, they saw no one with them anymore, but only Jesus.
As they were coming down the mountain, he ordered them to tell no one about what they had seen until after the Son of Humanity had risen from the dead. When they came to the disciples, they saw a great crowd around them and some scribes arguing with them. He asked them, "What are you arguing about with them?" Someone from the crowd answered him, "Teacher, I brought you my son. He has a spirit that makes him unable to speak. And whenever it seizes him, it dashes him down, and he foams and grinds his teeth and becomes rigid. And I asked your disciples to cast it out, but they could not do so."
"Bring him to me." And they brought the boy to him. When the spirit saw him, immediately it convulsed the boy, and he fell to the ground and rolled about, foaming at the mouth. Jesus asked the father, "How long has this been happening to him?" And he said, "From childhood. It has often cast him into the fire and into the water to destroy him. But if you are able to do anything, have pity on us and help us." Jesus said to him, "If you are able, all things can be done for the one who believes." Immediately the father-child cried out, "I believe, help my unbelief."
When Jesus saw that a crowd came running together, he rebuked the unclean spirit, saying to it, "You spirit that keeps this boy from speaking and hearing, I command you, come out of him and never enter him again." After crying out and convulsing him terribly, it came out, and the boy was like a corpse, so that most of them said, "He is dead." But Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he was able to stand.
This is the gospel of the Lord. Our reading. This one is by Christine Jerrett. You come to us in the broken places. God of glory, you took your friends with you when you went to pray on the mountain. You revealed to them the glory of Jesus, your beloved Son, on his way to the cross. We do not live on mountaintops, but we too would glimpse your glory in the ordinary days of our lives and in the community of your Son, in which you have chosen to dwell. We look for you among people who have no power, no rights, no voice. We look for you among those who live on the streets of our city, whose housing is inadequate, whose homes are not safe. We look for you among those who grieve a past that is no more and fear a future that seems full of loss. God, who meets us in the broken places, shine the light of Christ deep into our lives, so we may carry that light into dark places and point to the one whose brokenness is our salvation. Holy One, we believe. Help us in our unbelief.